Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Nandini this side, and in today's video we're going to review Pretty All Set Palette 2, which is this beautiful shade of purple, this palette. So for those who do not know, I have already reviewed the Pretty All Set version 1, which comes in a silver kind of a packaging in my video, which I reviewed like 2.5 years ago, and I'm going to put its link in the description below if you want to compare those two. So I've already reviewed that one, so this is my second review, and I have been using that palette since past 2.5 years, and I've been working with it as well. But recently I either lost it or it got stolen while I was working. I have no clue how that palette uh, just disappeared from my vanity, but it was very unfortunate and it was very difficult for me to get my hands on another one. And for those who do not know, the shipment also takes a lot of time, but here I am. I finally got this one and I'm gonna review it. So let's start on with the video. So packaging and the pricing. This is the packaging, and the price of this palette is around 1500 rupees, and the first version is around 1300 rupees. I'll also mention the US dollar conversions of these rates, but in India I got it for 1500 rupees. So let's open it. It has a plastic sheet, and this is the palette, you guys. Let me just hold it nicely so I don't damage it. So this is another plastic sheet, and this is the whole palette. Again, for those who know, I always review this palette into 3 parts. So first one is warming up, light up, and color splashes. So we're gonna start off with the warming up section, which is this beautiful section. Anyways, so the warming up section is more focused on the browns and pinks and the neutral shades, which is the same case with that palette as well. So the warming up in this palette, I really like how they have also included the neutral shade. The base colors in that palette were not so many. There were just 2 base colors as far as I remember, because I have registered that palette in my head and I worked with that palette for more than 2 years, focusing more on the browns and the pinks. So let's move on to the color splash part. Wow, look how pretty. I will also be giving a few swatches later, but first I thought I'll just review it. So this is the color splashes part. Like, oh my god, so pretty. So I really liked the color splashes part here. So they have divided the colors into rows. So this is the green row, purple and pink row, red and oranges, yellows and blues. So there's a whole rainbow going on, and it's so pretty. Now coming on to the light up section, which was the most controversial section of this palette earlier. So this, I think they have really improved in this part. So this is what the light up section looks. For those who are new, the light up section of this palette is more about the blushes, contours and highlighters. And as said earlier, there's no difference at all. All of these blushes, contours and highlighters, these and this, they're pretty useless because they're so pigmented. You cannot use it as contours, blushes or eyeshadows, but these are very nice neutral shades, so I always use them as eyeshadows. I've done it with my previous palette and I'm gonna do it again. So again, it's fine, I'm not gonna complain anymore. I've already done that, so that's it. Secondly, can you look at the middle? So so in the first palette there were so many chunky glitters which was so useless, but in this palette they have removed all of those bad chunky glitters. Instead they have added more smoky kind of shades. There are not any colors in the middle area, because in that palette there were a lot of colors in this area, but in this palette there are again more dark, smoky and neutral shades compared to that one, which I really liked, by the way. So this so they've removed all of the glitters, except if you can see this one. It's a very icy, frosty kind of a glitter here. Their shimmers are also very nice. So let's do a few swatches. The colors are so pigmented and there is no fallout. So can you see how pigmented the colors are? And there is no fallout. I can really do the eye makeup after finishing the whole base as well, and it will not fall out. It's, oh my god, it's so pigmented. It's just not enough. Let's try on a lighter shade because I want to try it, because now I've kept the palette and it's easier for me to swatch. Wasn't doing it right earlier. See, I think if you apply a concealer, light shades will only pop up after you apply a concealer and then try to pick that color on the concealer. So I'm gonna try one last shade, which is yellow, because I have a pinky finger left. There is no fallout. I mean, it's just like I'm using a paint itself, but like a solid one. I think I just, yeah, sorry. So I'm very biased about these palettes because past 2 years, 2.5 years I've been using that one, and that palette has really given me a lot, and I just felt like crying when I lost it, because after using it more than 100 times on more than 100 people, it just did not, even a single color was not about to end. The pressed powders here are very nice, very nice quality, quantity, zero fallout, pigmented. So the final comparison that I would like to do is that the version 1 of this palette is better if you're looking for more colorful, color based work. For me, I realized over a period of time that I do not use the colors as much, because bridals are more for like these shades, but hardly, rarely any of these shades are to be used. So usually I buy this palette because it has everything, every color. I use a lot of Huda Beauty palettes as well in my vanity, but this is my comfort palette in which I can find anything and everything. So while buying this one, I had this realization that there's not a lot of difference, maybe like 4 shades, 5 shades different, but this palette is little teeny tiny bit more focused on the smoky eye looks. By the way, both have uh, enough and more colors and enough and more neutrals, but so I will not say one is better than the other. Still, I think I really like both the palettes, and I'm gonna ignore the fact that the first version has glitters, useless glitters, but it's okay. I am still biased for these palettes, so that's fine. So yeah, this was the whole review. If you still want to look for the application of the palette, please refer to that video. Swatches I've shown you, amazingly pigmented, and this was it. I think I'm holding it like upside down. Yeah. So this was it, and I'm gonna see you all in my next video. Please subscribe to my channel and follow my work page on Instagram. I will put its link in the description below. And yeah, this was it. I love you all, and I will see you all in my next video. Till then, bye bye.